Then I slid over to Clark Atlanta University, baby. I
Okay.
remember Mr. Reed in the registrar's office. Like he sold this school like it was a house and a car. Like he
Damn.
sold that hell out of
Package.
Clark
The
Atlanta.
package. Okay.
The whole package. And it's the school of W.E.B. Du Bois. It's the mass communications department that Spike Lee built. So coming in there and not knowing, like most kids don't know at 16, 17 years old, what I really want to do with the rest of my life and not wanting to be undeclared, I went into mass communications because I figured I love acting.
Yes.
I love speaking. So I majored in mass comm with an emphasis in speech because I could be a director. I learned everything. My first piece of anything in a film was the boom operator, baby. I got long arms. So I wear the boom out. So I was the boom operator. I love lighting. So I was like, I could be your gaffer. I love fashion, which is how I got into modeling. So I fashion design, everything. And I also loved acting. And I was an orator. So I figured this career or this field would help me in any career I wanted. So I went to Clark Atlanta, got a Black excellence education. And
what was your GPA? What was your GPA? Do you recall? Well, you better break out that receipt right there. She said, what? The dean's list. My mama wasn't playing no games.
Listen, we had to keep that scholarship. Yes, I stayed on the dean's list. And the only time I got in jeopardy on the dean's list was when I went to try out for Top Model.
Oh, tell us about that experience. Okay, so America's Top Model happened while you were at Clark?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I was at Clark, and Clark is known for Atlanta. HBCUs are known for homecomings and fashion shows.
Yes.
That's what we do. Because contrary to what they say, the style comes from us. The je ne sais quoi comes from us naturally. So we was doing it at 18, 17 on the catwalk in college. No money, no experience. True passion. And that's where my love for fashion, watching the fashion shows in the morning on Saturday at 9 o'clock and watching them walk down the watching Tyra and Naomi and oh my God, who are these beautiful women? And so I just loved fashion. I loved the expression that fashion gave because I felt like if you can't say how you feel, show how you feel. And you can never show it better in a pair of pumps and a mean top and some little shorts. Like that's your expression.
And you have amazing legs, but I wanted to say something to our audience because you're not as tall as what most models are. How tall are you, Eva?
I'm 5'7". I'm not as tall as you, Viv.
Exactly. No, but I know, but I mean, but to me, it's like you're like most models. Like even me, I'm tall. I'm like almost 5'8". And I remember that I was considered almost a little bit like didn't make it because most models are like 5'10", 6-footers and stuff like that. I mean, now it's gotten a little bit different. You know what I mean? So for you to decide to go in to audition for America's Top Model, did they ever say anything about your height being like, well, you're not really tall enough?
Absolutely. That was one of the things about my win being so historic because I was so short. The only person on a actual major runway at 5'7" was Kate Moss.
Right. And okay.
She's gorgeous, but she's not our hue. So the idea, we were only the token in a show anyway. You'll get maybe a Black girl, maybe two in a show, but definitely not a short and Black girl. Honey, you asking for a lot until Tyra. So that's why to this day, so many people, have their personal opinions and all of these opinions are on the outside looking in because they don't know. Tyra Banks, that's my girl. This woman single-handedly decided to create a space for people that the whole world said weren't enough because they were not the color, they were not the height, they were not the size, all of that. Their nose was different, their skin complexion from vitiligo to Winnie Harlow, who was everything. So I give it up to Tyra, and I will to the day I die, because she made sure that we had a space. And like you said, there was no space for a 5'7" Black girl with a twang from South Central Los Angeles.
Now listen, the audience ate you up because you were real. and they celebrated you. And just to think, you were only 19 years old at the time of doing 18. Wow, even younger on America's Top Model. And I can remember being glued to the TV, watching you go through the whole journey, and you always had, even when people would get on your nerves, like you would just have this thing, like you would like rub your face, like, okay, I'm just not going, no, not going to do it. Yeah, just give me a minute, Like you had a sense of calm, like you knowing you from South Central, and the fact that you didn't get South Central with them just makes it even more amazing to me that not only did the audience love you, but you won. You were the first African-American woman to win America's Next Top Model. What did that feel like when they called your name?
You know what? When they called my name, I didn't hear it. For some reason, I heard the other girl. Like I was saying the other girl's name. So when they said it, I didn't hear it. It wasn't until I looked up at the picture and it was like, me, girl. I was in awe. That was the first time I truly felt like when my mom used to tell me, you're beautiful, you're special, all those things you would hear as a kid, and you'd be like, okay. But this was the first time where I realized you are truly special. Yeah. And I allowed myself to believe it, to ingest it, to swallow it. And then Tyra doubled down on it and came to my room after I won. And she came, her brother's in the service, and she came in like some fatigue. She didn't have makeup on. She had a rosy cheeks and freckles. And she came in and she said, did you know why I chose you? And I said, I absolutely have no idea, because everybody was beautiful. And I'm not as pretty as most of those girls. Okay. And she said, I chose you because you are relatable. Yes. And when it comes to being an influence in this business, what you need to be is not the most beautiful or not necessarily the most talented, but the most relatable. Agreed. And so she didn't realize she was planting a mustard seed even in that moment, because it taught me with all of this, don't change none of this. Be you.